Welcome to another episode of Founders Club. Today I'm out here in downtown San Diego getting ready to sit down with Zach Benson, the founder of Assistagram, Instagram growth agency. Zach has over 220 million Instagram followers under his management. In the last 2 years, he's gotten over 800 free nights at some of the world's most luxurious hotels, and he's working with some top companies like the Ritz-Carlton, Russell Bronson, Robert Kiyosaki, and even the country of Dubai. We're going to be getting into how you can use Instagram to grow your business, actionable strategies that are working right now, and how you can buy existing Instagram accounts for pennies on the dollar. We're going to be also talking about how you can leverage those Instagram accounts to get all sorts of free things, including some travel at some of the world's best hotels. Let's get started. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the inside. Very excited to be shooting this episode of Founders Club with Zach Benson. We just made a couple of Bloody Marys, and we're going to be talking about Instagram, travel, and how you can grow your business with some of the amazing things that you've done. And I know that right now you're running a really successful social media agency, mainly in the Instagram space.
Yes.
But I also know that you came from really humble beginnings. And I read, I think on your website, that you said that you were in 2009, so not that long ago, you were living on $2 a day for food.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Tell me about that, because I'm curious from starting there how you've gotten to where you are now. But tell me about what that was like.
Yeah, so I was actually born in Korea and then adopted, grew up in Iowa, went to high school, college, so in Iowa. And then after college, I was like, okay, I want to give back to people. Like, I want to go surf. I read this book called Irresistible Revolution by Shane Claiborne, and he worked with Mother Teresa and served the sick and the poor. And I was like, I want to do what he did, right? So I called him up. I was like, hey, do you want to come and speak at my college? He spoke at my college, inspired me to go do this mission give back thing. So I moved to Atlanta and then lived on $2 a day for food for a whole year. Wow. With 6 other strangers. We created an intentional community and just loved on people, man. So I was helping refugees find jobs and homes, and we did that for an entire year. So it really changed my life and taught me a lot about people.
Wow. I mean, that's really crazy. So let me just rewind that back. So you were in college.
Yeah.
This book really inspired you. You cold called the author?
Yeah.
Or cold reach out?
Yeah, cold emailed, cold call follow up, and was like, I want to bring you out to my college to speak. And
so then he came and spoke.
Yeah.
Further inspired you.
Yeah, his book has sold over 300,000 copies and didn't do any marketing really at all. Just
And what's that called again? Irresistible Revolution?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Check that out.
Because I can't even imagine what living on $2 a day looks like.
I mean, we just
I think most of the people listening to this probably can't.
You know, we pooled our money together. We got creative. Our African neighbors taught us how to garden and grow vegetables. We reached out to the local food pantry and a bakery, and we said, hey, can we have your old bread that you're about to toss out? Wow. And so we used all of our money together and only spent about $50 a week on groceries. You know, eating peanut butter, eggs. Very simply. It was hard.
That's amazing.
It was hard, man.
Yeah, no, that's
got really
amazing.
hungry, but it taught me how to be super disciplined and how to live on less so other people could have more. And I just wanted to learn how to how my neighbors were living. I wanted to be able to live like them, live among them, and so that I could understand them better as they're making this adjustment and adjusting to U.S. life.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. It's really inspiring. So what was your biggest takeaway from that year?
Really it's just to see people as people. Each person has, value and worth to offer others. Doesn't matter if you're walking down the street, you see somebody homeless. I used to just walk past them. I used to just ignore them, pretended like they didn't exist. And I realized when I did that, I was making them feel less than a human, semi-human almost. And nobody should deserve to feel like that. So it really taught me to just, treat everyone as an important human being and just see them where they're at, because you never know what's going on in somebody's life. You never know what their story is, what battle they're going through, until you sit down, you talk to them, you look them in the eye and you ask them like, hey, tell me your story. And and that's how I've created a lot of good relationships with people, is just by asking questions, striking up conversations, and seeing everybody as a potential friend.
At a loss for words on that whole experience, because it's really something to live on $2 a day. That's not easy.
No, man.
So what about after that?
During college, I reached out to my college president, and I was like, hey, I want to learn from you. Like, you're a great speaker, you're a great leader. I want to learn from you. And so he personally mentored me, and he was like, you should create a 5-year plan. So he was like, 5 years from now, where do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? And so I made a list of different goals and things that I wanted to accomplish. And so year 1 was doing the mission thing. Right after that, I was like, I want to go find my birth mom, right? So I met a North Korean refugee while I was in Atlanta serving the poor. And she was like, you need to go back to Korea. You need to learn about your roots, learn the language, learn about your culture. And so I went back to Korea for a year, learned Korean, and found my birth mom. Year 3, I was like, okay. Now my parents were like, okay, you've like done all this stuff, but when are you going to actually use your college major? Like,
which was what?
Spanish and health promotion, so double major. So when are you going to use that? Like, we just paid all this money, like, okay, so after that, I was like, I'm going to use my college major. I studied to be a personal trainer, was a personal trainer for a year, got fired from that job, and then took that leap of faith and pursued my dance dreams. And so I was dancing for several years. Life was great. I was living life. I was making a lot of money, $1,000 an hour just teaching workshops. And my parents were like, man, like, he's making more money than us. Like he's doing it, right? So they supported me. Life was great until I hurt my back. Okay. And that ended my dance career. And with no plan B, the same dude who got me into dancing got me into Instagram. It's like, Zach, you need to invest in an Instagram account. Like, me and my brother, we're killing it. We're making a ton of money. Got to get in on this. And so the last $10,000 I had, I bought an account. And fast forward today, we have a 220 million network on Instagram. We're working with the Ritz-Carlton, countries like Dubai, and famous marketers like Russell Bronson, their clients. So, life has really changed from $2 a day to now. But wow. I mean, I still try to integrate some principles and things that I learned then to life now.
I love that you made that sound so simple. Yeah. Obviously, there's a lot to all of the stuff you just said, but I like that it started from just setting the goal and trying to figure out where you want to go, and then hitting these big milestones along the way, checking them all off. Yeah. Like finding your birth mom, I'm sure was not easy. And I think I heard you just say you learned Korean in a year.
Yeah.
And I think I also just heard you say that you also are a Spanish major.
Yeah.
So you speak Spanish, Korean, English.
Yes.
Anything else?
Fluent in those 3 languages.
Wow.
And I was very lucky because my mom, like most people, like adoptees like me, like some want to find their parents, some don't. But my mom actually wanted to be found. Others become like ghosts, and they change everything on their records, and so you can't find them. It's impossible. But I got lucky with that, and just now we're like family. So
that's great, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I remember seeing your Facebook post about that, and like almost got a little juicy-eyed, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so then your friends are killing it on Instagram.
Yeah.
You bought an account, so you didn't start an account. You bought an account. Tell me about that.
So my friend, he bought like all these accounts. So like some of them had 1 million followers, some of them had like 600,000 followers. So he was like, dude, why don't you invest like $10,000, like, and I'll give you 10% of whatever the account makes, and until you get your money back. And so I basically invested $10,000 for a 400,000 follower account that was in the comedy space. Okay. And we used that account to grow other like comedians and other influencers that wanted to be comedians. And then we just rinsed and repeated the process. And we used that money to acquire more accounts and grow the network. Mm-hmm. And so we just kept buying accounts, and now like we have a really huge network, and we use that network to grow our clients' accounts just through shout outs. Like, hey, go follow so and so, or we do hundreds of shout outs until these people get their followers over the month.
Yeah, I want to get into all the Instagram stuff because I know you're a whiz kid at that stuff. So you bought the account. It was a comedy account. Why comedy?
I mean, that's just what he had. He wanted to like pursue, like he wanted like beauty, comedy, motivation. He wanted the like 12 different niches. So that's
and
why
the
he
deal
did it.
was you're putting up the 10K. He's running the page. He's paying you back 10% of whatever he makes. 90-10 split, not bad. And you put up all the money.
I did.
Sounds like a good deal.
I did. I mean, he's a smart dude. He's still like a good friend, like one of my best friends. Like he's, but I appreciate the opportunity. That guy got me into dancing.
It clearly got you, yeah.
He was like, he introduced these things to me, but then I went all in with those things, and I made it to like, the dancing 6-figure income, $1,000 an hour teaching kids, and then to the with the Instagram thing, like we're working with some of the biggest brands now. Just
wild.
I mean, I just go all in with anything that I do. So I'm grateful for him.
It's impressive, man. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the bigger pages you're running now. What niches are those in, and what's hot?
Yeah. So we actually have like I personally own like 45 Instagram accounts myself. So they're in like travel and hospitality, food, like booze, like everything, right? Because I figured out a way to like leverage those pages and travel the world for free. So just in the past 3 years, I've gotten over 800 nights for free at some of the world's most luxurious hotels. Like I'm talking like Four Seasons, Ritz-Carlton. And the craziest thing I ever did was I got 125 nights for free in Bali. And so when I sealed that deal, I stayed at that hotel like 50 nights straight. And then I gave the rest of the nights to my friends and business partners. And,
so good.
Gave them as a gift. So that's what I'm using it, doing now to like work with countries like Dubai or the Maldives or Greece, and basically bring over destination influencers from the countries that they're targeting to increase their tourist visits. So it's a win for them, it's a win for me and my business partners and friends.
That's crazy. So you're working with countries.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like you're like the travel minister, or like who are you talking to that like facilitates?
So like for Dubai, I was like, I cold emailed them and I was like, hey, who are you targeting? What's your goal? Like, let me help you. Like, let me save you time. Let me save you money. My team will do it all. We'd like to come to Dubai. We'd like to partner with you. And so they gave us the power to like just reach out to the 10 countries they were targeting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like you say, I cold outreach to Dubai. Like who is the point of contact that like represents that decision?
Actually, I just the thing is that a lot of people think that you have to like go like straight to like the CEO or the COO or somebody on top. But normally what I do is just reach out to the info at whatever country.com, and I put like idea, and it gets into the right people's hands usually, and the fortune's in the follow-up. So if they don't reply, then like 3 days later I forward them that message. I say, making sure you saw this, I know you're super busy, but would love to help you guys out for free.
I love it.
And then I get the country of Dubai behind me, and then it's like everybody wants to work with me. A-listers from in America to all the countries all over the world. And then that's how I created the network, is just by doing some free work for like a year and getting some people some free stays in Dubai. Like everybody wants to fly first class on Emirates, and get paid to come out and do it.
Yeah.
And so I was like looking like the good guy. I was like that's dope. Like everybody started to love me, and then I could use their accounts to promote other products and other things that I was trying to promote and sell.
So it just started compounding.
Yeah. Exactly. Just being at the right place, right time, not being afraid to just reach out, get rejected, and just try to think outside the box and think of how I could make a win for these people without money out of their pocket.
That's great.
Yeah.
I want to get into the travel stuff because I know that's something you're big with, but I want to start on just the Instagram, like what we can do as business owners on how to leverage Instagram, right? Because obviously there's a ton of different ways you can go, and I'm just curious to get kind of your thoughts on best practices and whatnot. Like, my next question was gonna be, what should someone do that has like 500 to 1,000 followers? But then now, after what we've already talked about, my other question is, does it make more sense to just buy an account that's already existing, already has a fan base, already has a lot of the front end work put in? Or does it make sense to kind of start from scratch? Or is there it depends on the situation?
You know, I'd recommend that people just growth hack it, right? I mean, it's like, nowadays it's 2020, it's a lot harder to grow on Instagram. You can't simply just post and grow. Like, the algorithms have gotten a lot smarter, they've changed, so, you know, automation is dead. Like, no one really knows how to grow, right? And so that's why I recommend, if you buy an account, it's like overnight you can switch it, you can change it, rename it, you can archive and delete some content and make it your own. And then once you have a big following, you can leverage that following to connect with other influencers, people that you want to do deals with. You have higher engagement on your posts, so that when you post and you use hashtags like real estate or like, you know, whatever you're trying to get seen, you'll hit the top posts. And so people will check out your posts, then check out your page, and then see what you have to offer. And so that's the growth hacking way.
I love that.
And you can use those pages to promote like your other main pages as well. So when you have a really big account, you could use that like hub account and grow your personal account.
Okay. So would that look like, let's say, because every major city has like luxury home accounts, stuff like that. So let's say I buy San Diego luxuryhomes.com or whatever, or at San Diego Luxury Homes, and it has, you know, whatever, 200,000 followers. So I'm managing that and I'm posting fresh content there, but then I'm also leveraging that to grow my personal pages.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, because you need a network to grow pages, and the only way to grow like now is through shoutouts. And so when you have bigger pages with bigger followings, you can use those to grow the accounts that you want that are smaller, right?
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is buying accounts is the way to go.
Buying accounts is the way to go.
Okay.
I buy accounts every week.
I love that, because to be honest with you, like, I don't want to put in the work to grow an account from scratch. It's a pain. It takes forever.
It's a pain. It costs a lot of like money nowadays. Like, I mean, it's way better. You'll get more bang for your buck to just buy somebody else's audience. It's like a new traffic source, a new asset that you can leverage and use and call your own. And it's just like real estate, man. It's like you need to have like a Instagram kingdom.
Ooh, that was good. I like that. You know? It is really just like real estate. It's like you own another property.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant way to look at it.
Yeah, and that's what our friend Roland Fraser talks about, right?
Yeah.
Acquiring people's blog pages, Instagram accounts. Like, you need to start building up that network.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so if that's the path to take, how do I go about finding an account? Because I know there's sites out there that they're like eBay for Instagram accounts. Like, you can just go and buy one. I've heard mixed reviews about those things. What's your take on the marketplaces versus just cold reaching out to pages?
Well, I don't use those marketplaces. I just reach out to the person directly.
Okay, good.
And I make them an offer.
Straight away.
Yeah.
So tell me what that looks like. You find a page that you're like, ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, and I'm saying like, well, like, I ask them questions like, hey, how long have you been growing it? How long have you been managing it? Like, what's your vision? Like, how much money are you making with it now? Like, what do you use it for? Like, what do you ultimately want to do? Like, and how do you want to like monetize? And if they don't have a plan, I just make them offer. I'm like, well, I do this for a living. We have a 220 million network. We're looking to acquire more accounts like yours. And so I'd be willing to pay you, like, it depends on the size and the engagement, obviously, and all of that. But like, maybe it's like 100,000 follower page, and it's got, 3 to 5% engagement per post, pretty decent page. I'd be willing to pay around 15, 20,000 for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know how to leverage it. I know how to monetize it. And I know everybody else, like, they're reaching out to me these days now because they're like, yo, like how do I live your life? Like how do I travel for free? And so I have all of these travel pages that I just then rebrand, grow, and then sell. And then people can join my inner circle and learn how to get everything in life from free, whether it's, you know, private jets or free airplane tickets or free hotels or free food or whatever. I mean, by joining me, I'm gonna save them a lot of money. And so then I can go around and then flip the accounts for a lot more because they're paying for my expertise, my coaching.
And just like real estate, you buy it, you redevelop it, and then you flip it for more money.
Yeah, and then I coach them.
Yeah,
and I guide them, and I hold their hand, and I take them from not knowing so much about this to mastering it. So then eventually they can do it on their own.
Okay, and so what are you looking for when you're buying one of these pages? Like, I heard you say 3 to 5% engagement on a post.
Yeah.
Are there any other metrics that are like important?
The name, like your name is the most important asset, right? Okay. It's like if you have a good name, a good handle, right? Like I have like at luxury hotels, so it's, you know, it's a super good name. And if you go to luxuryhotels.com, it goes to Marriott. So then people think I'm like partnered with Marriott, which I am. Like, but it's like, you know, Ritz Carlton's a client. But it's like now it's like, whoa, like you own at luxury hotels, like everybody wants to work with me now. So I'd be looking for an account that at least has like 100,000 followers, good engagement, a good name, like good content too, like US demographics, like, you know, I'm looking for accounts that have like audiences in like New York and LA, because that's very attractive to like hotels and clients. So those are really the 5 things that I'm looking for.
I love that. And then I think people hear that you're paying 10, 15, 20 grand for a page, and I think that might sound intimidating, but I want to go back to our buddy Roland Frazier, and there's all sorts of ways you can structure deals like that to get in with no money down. So you could easily work a deal where you say, okay, I'm going to agree to pay you, you know, $15,000. Maybe I put 1,000 down, and you get the first 14 grand in profit. Whatever way, there's tons of ways to structure that. So I just wanted to echo that point because I think people hear, oh man, 15 grand. That's, you know, that's a lot for an Instagram page.
Exactly.
But it's not when you know what to do with it.
Yeah. And once you know what to do with it, or you partner with somebody that knows what to do with it and does it really well, then it's like a no-brainer, because then it's like you save time off your learning curve instead of like just buying something and trying it out for yourself and failing and
trying to figure it out.
You know what I mean? Like wasting money and stuff. Like you have somebody who's been there, done that, and is doing it. So just you partner with them. But yeah, just put some money down. Say, hey, like I'll give you $3,000 up front. You'll continue to grow it, manage it, do everything for it, and then, you know, as we make money, I'm gonna
phase you out.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I wanna shift gears onto the what to do with it, right? So let's say I've either grown my own account to a good size, or I've acquired an account. And I was just brainstorming some real estate ideas, so I want people to kind of fully be able to wrap their head around this. You could buy neighborhood pages, groups. You could buy investor special of the week type pages. There's all sorts of real estate comedy pages, to your comedy point. There's off-market property pages. There's interest groups, like if you're a mom and you can get a San Diego moms, now you can leverage that, or like a cribs style page for your city, San Diego Cribs. Something like that. Yeah. So let's say I've found one of these and I've either grown it or I've acquired it. Now I want to talk about what am I doing with it once I'm there.
Yeah. So, and there's also some growth hacks within this too, because like you could acquire a page that's like just like kind of a general niche, like in the travel space, and then you could archive some content, delete some content, and then change it to whatever that you want to rebrand it as. So just some of those names that you just listed off, like you could totally rebrand to that, right? And slowly build the audience.
Let me ask you a quick question on that. If you change the name of a page, Are you seeing people drop off after that? Is there like a 10%, 20% fall off?
You know, there's a little bit. I mean, if you do like a major content change, right? From like, let's say you're just posting like fitness pics and videos, and you go to like something that's just like
dogs,
right? You're gonna see is more drop off. But if you go into more like motivation or inspirational quotes and that sort of thing, like this still kind of same niche. So you want to make sure that you're making a smooth transition. So once you have a page and once you've transitioned that page to what you want it to be, you can sell sponsorships on it. Like nowadays, people are making millions, right? Influencer marketing is a $15 billion industry where a lot of brands are just paying for placement. So then you can advertise on those pages.
So tell me about what that looks like.
So I have at luxury hotels, right? So basically, we're posting the most beautiful, luxurious hotels, like in the world. And so we basically say in the bio, like, hey, like hit us up if you want to do a feature, right? And basically they message me like their pictures and their videos, and then we quote them. Like if you want it to go up on luxury hotels, we have a couple options, right? We can do a 24-hour post, costs $500, or if you want to do a permanent post, it's going to be $3,000. And which would you like? And so I just have my virtual assistants, my managers do that, and that's how we're monetizing the page. And I'm already posting about luxurious hotels, so I mean, the photographers and videographers, the creatives, want to get their post on these pages because it gives them more exposure.
Yep.
And then the hotels want it too, because they're all thinking like, hey, how can I get more exposure, more followers, and more customers? Well, it's by posting on at luxury hotels and or whatever page that you have. Like, everybody wants to post with you and then pay you money.
Yeah.
So
damn.
That's just one way that we're monetizing.
Tell me about the other ways you're monetizing.
Well, we already talked a little bit about the traveling for free, right?
Right. Okay.
And then also, like what we're doing is with some of the pages, like I have like a makeup beauty page. It's about 400,000 followers. What we're doing is we're selling physical products on the page, and then creating an. And then I've partnered up with like some of the top Amazon in the world, and they just know how to rank keywords and optimize it and blow it up on Amazon.
Right.
So now it's like another platform, another traffic source, and another money source
for them to sell more.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Yeah, there's
Everybody
a lot of things
wins.
you can do. Yeah.
Wow. I'm ready to go buy an account.
Yeah.
So how many accounts would you say, I look at this as like prospecting, right? Like how many contacts are you making before you close a deal, would you say, on average? Like am I reaching out to like 1,000 Instagram accounts to get one? Is it 100 to 1? Is it 10,000 to 1?
Yeah, well, so I mean, everybody, okay, so this is the thing. Everybody likes a good deal. Everybody likes to make a lot of money.
Of course.
Right? So if you can offer them more money than what they're currently making and what they've ever dreamed of, like a lot of the people on Instagram with really big pages are sometimes high schoolers, teenagers,
right,
that have just like cracked the code, figured it out, and now have 100,000 follower, a million follower page. And to them, like a couple $1,000s is a lot of money. And so, I mean, it is a numbers game, right? Because some people will say no, some people will say yes, and some people will shop around to find the best prices, right? So, usually we contact about like 20 pages, 20 to 30 pages, and we usually get like a few different offers.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's really not intimidating at all.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 or 30 outreaches to get an account, that's like...
Yeah, and I have like my managers just do that, it takes them like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. And if you think about like how many Instagram accounts there are and how many people probably built up a page like 2 or 3 years ago and either forgot about it or don't care about it anymore, or they've moved on to something else.
Yeah.
And if they can just get X number of dollars and be done, they'll probably gladly do it.
Yeah. Same thing, right? It's just like, maybe it's like you have your business and you've worked it for like 20, 30 years, and it's like you want to retire, you want to spend time with family, so you're looking for a buyer, right? It's just the same thing. These kids kind of get out of it.
That's great.
So
that's a really good tip, man. Acquire an account as opposed to having to start an account from scratch just sounds like so much less brain damage that I'm far more interested in doing that than I am trying to just start by posting pictures.
Yeah, you won't really go anywhere from that now. Like, you won't grow.
I love
it's
that.
Hard. It's a lot
I
harder.
love that. So then once you have the account, what are some best practices for growth? It sounds like to me you're saying shout outs are the gold standard.
Yeah.
Is that also a matter of just cold outreach, or how are you getting those shout outs?
Yeah, cold outreach.
Cold outreach.
Yeah, well, like once you buy an account, you kind of buy into their network, because these people use their networks to grow their pages, like the engagement groups, the shout outs. And so usually when you buy an account, you'll then get in touch with their friends.
Got it.
And then you can pay to be in their engagement groups where everybody likes and comments on each other's posts. Mm-hmm. You can buy shout outs from them. And so really it's just once you buy an account, then you'll probably have a network that comes with it.
Got it.
But you can also do some cold outreach and reach out to pages that are, maybe 1 million followers or 3 million followers. And then you can just send them an email, send them a DM, and ask them, hey, how much, I want to promote, this picture, this creative on your page. Like, how much does it cost? Like.
And then great info. What would you say that pricing wise we would be looking at for something like that? Like, obviously I'm sure it's different if it's 100,000 page versus 1 million.
Yeah.
You also mentioned a 24-hour post versus a permanent post.
Yeah.
What do you think? I guess my better question is, how do you know you're not getting ripped off?
These pages, they don't charge, like, they undercharge.
They undercharge.
Yeah, so
okay.
It's like you can sometimes find, like, if you build a relationship with an account that has like 3 million followers, like you could post on their page for like $100-200.
Really?
Right? Or a 5 million follower page. I approached him and I was like, hey, like, me and my friend, like Yannick Silver, Maverick, like, we're helping the ocean and trying to, like, give back, and we want to do a post on your wall. And he has 5 million followers. His account's called Earth Focus. He's like, dude, this is a super great cause. Mm-hmm. Like, normally I charge this, but because it's such a great cause, I'll only charge you like $300, and that's on a 5 million follower page.
That's crazy.
Like, insane engagement. And so it's really just like the type of post that you want, like the cause, and just your negotiation skills.
Right.
But
back to everything's negotiable.
Yeah, I mean.
And if it doesn't feel like a good deal, it's probably not. So just go with your gut.
Yeah, and I normally I pay them like what they want to be paid, just to build the relationship. Then I'm like, hey, if this goes well, then we can send you some more accounts.
Do like a bulk, yeah. Or maybe I'll do 5 shout outs for $1,000 or whatever.
Like maybe they quote me a price and I'm like, that's a pretty good price, but we're just like getting to know each other, but if you could do it for this, just so that we could build a relationship, test you out, and it works, I'll send you a ton more business, right? And so I'd say range maybe between like $50 to a few $100 for a 24-hour post.
Okay.
Is a pretty good deal.
And the because my hesitation, because I've looked into that in the past, my hesitation was always, am I really going to get results off a 24-hour post? Mm-hmm. Your response to that?
Yeah, well, you need like a whole army of them.
Okay.
Right, so if you put your eggs all in one basket and pay so let's talk like a famous person, like Olympic gold medalist, like 10 million followers, right? And you want to promote your earphones or headphones, and you give them like $10,000, right? You shouldn't expect like 10,000 sales, right?
Right.
Like, you might be lucky and get like 40, 30 sales, right? So that's where a lot of people do fall into that trap, where it's like they put their eggs all in one basket and they just don't know how influencer marketing works, and then just get no results, you want to spread it out. You want to diversify on accounts like that have like maybe 10 to 20,000 followers or 50 to 100,000 followers. You want at least like 100, 200 of them promoting whatever you want to promote, and then you'll see a lot better results. Yeah.
Good distinction.
Yeah. But
Good distinction.
it's being smart with your money and not just like putting it all in like one person's hand. And
I think really you can't look at it from an ROI perspective right away, because you're probably not going to get your money back right away. But the idea is you're building your audience that is going to eventually over time bring the ROI.
Yeah, well, so like Russell Bronson, he's like a client of ours. He's been a client for 2 years. He's the founder of ClickFunnels, you know, like a big company. And so he was like, man, I want to like, this is more of a brand play.
Right.
Right? There's not a way to like track like, okay, how many people sign up for ClickFunnels, you know, all of this stuff, right? But he knows that as he grows his personal brand, he's going to grow his audience, his community. More people are going to sign up for ClickFunnels, go to Funnel Hacking Live, go to his events, do coaching, buy his products,
webinars, all that, yeah.
Right? And so it's just to be omnipresent, to dominate a platform, and to be seen on that platform all over the place. And then the money, you know, and stuff will come just as you're building and growing your brand and your name. You want it to be a household name that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And then business comes.
And Instagram's an insanely good way to do that.
Yeah. So we do have people that are just doing it for brand plays. We do have companies that are like in the e-com space that are, you know, making a ton of money, right? Just selling their products, right? And they are monetizing very well with Instagram. You know, like Instagram is their traffic and #1 money source. Like that's how they're creating, you know, 20 million, 30 million, $50 million companies is just all through Instagram. So
really is crazy what you can do with those accounts.
yeah.
All right, I want to talk about tools and softwares. Are there any? Because I know there's a ton out there for Instagram. I feel like most of them are not that great and probably are blackballed. But I'm curious, are there any good tools or softwares we should know about for helping with our Instagram game?
I mean, you know, earlier, like 2017, 18, like you could use these tools. You could use automation and follow and story viewers and these different apps to grow your accounts and to make your life easier. But now, because the algorithms have changed, it's your account risks being compromised. It could get shut down just by using automation. And so we don't recommend that. We don't use any personally, like on any of our clients' accounts or on our accounts. Like it's just straight up humans, like human power.
Yeah, human
right?
power. I love
like,
it.
just manually interacting, engaging, doing hundreds to thousands of manual actions every day to grow the account. So we don't recommend that.
So no tools. Tools are a no-go.
Yeah. Don't use tools.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, because the
robots.
last thing you want to do, to your point, is get blackballed
Yeah.
or have your account get flagged, or because then you lose everything right out the gate.
Could be all over. Like
Right.
just, and I wouldn't risk that.
I was going to ask about personal versus business pages. If you're buying them, it probably doesn't matter, because I don't want to talk about starting one anymore. I want to talk about buying one.
Yeah.
So are you buying personal accounts, business accounts, or either?
I'm buying them all. Like, I mean, people that have like personal brands, like I'm buying some of those, because then you can monetize them a little bit better because they have a kind of face behind it, and then I get the owner to keep contributing and creating content. I just own the majority of it. We have deals like that. We have, business accounts across like beauty space, fitness, health, motivation.
Got it all.
Everything. Yeah.
And I guess it's not really that hard if it is a personal page and you want to run ads to flip it to a business page later.
We do that all the time. Like for Russell Bronson's account, they spend a lot of money on ads. So we flip it between business profile and then private, because we grow the accounts on private, because then it piques curiosity.
Makes you want to.
And then makes you want to follow, and then also like we can choose who we allow to follow. Right? So we don't want to let everybody in because we want to pick and choose who goes into this community. And so that's why we flip them between private and business. But
That's a good distinction. That's a good tip. I like that.
Yeah.
As far as I agree, it piques curiosity because you're like, what's behind that curtain? Let me follow and find out.
Yeah.
And I also like it from the other side of being able to kind of like curate the audience, make sure there's no spammers coming in and all that, or people that just have nothing to do with what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes total sense. It sounds like a ton of posting is happening.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're not using any tools. So how are you managing all of this content that is getting posted, and how often, and who's deciding what gets posted?
Yeah. Well, so I don't personally manage any of my accounts, right? If anything, like I do stories, right? When I'm in a tropical destination, like I show them behind the scenes as I'm just living life and enjoying the hotel. But as far as our clients, like we have like a huge team. So we have like, I mean, there's 50 VAs like that work for us.
Got it.
That are personal growth account managers that, you know, find all the hashtags, do the engagement groups, create content, post for the client, do a total hands-off experience so that they really don't have to do much at all.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what Assistagram is. Just think of it as your own person. Just
It's
growth
outsourcing
hacker.
all the work.
Yeah, total outsource Instagram growth hacker.
So if I want to be a super Instagram growth hacker, your advice to me would be go buy an account that has engagement, has a good following, and then work with an agency or someone where you can outsource the content, the hashtag finding, the engagement, the commenting, the responding, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, you can start with buying an account, potentially hiring the person that sold it to you, and if that doesn't work out, then hire us.
Right.
Yeah.
So excuse me.
Yes.
I might.
Spicy. We made it really spicy. Like,
I was gonna say I might need a minute. This this Bloody Mary's got some heat.
Take a break and take a sip.
It's got some heat on the back end. All the work that's required in running the account, and if I wanted to outsource that, what does that look like?
Yeah.
Like obviously, like tell me about your guys' service and how that works.
Yeah, so think of like Assistagram as like your own personal virtual assistant that's creating the content for you, finding optimized hashtags for your account, doing the engagement groups so that your content hits the top posts that people are searching for, and like 12 other things, right? So it's just like your total like outsourced service for your Instagram account, and you know we can grow thousands of followers per month, all in the U.S. and target by cities and geographic locations as well. So,
and then how does just because I have no feel, how does pricing on cost work on something like that?
it's pretty simple. I mean, like just our basic packages start at $2,000 a month.
Okay.
We do have like super platinum packages
Mac Daddy package?
that like Russell Bronson, like you know the legends like Ritz-Carlton and some of those bigger brands use, and they're a lot more expensive because they require a lot more human power, like more influencers, and that costs more money. But just our basic like entry-level package is, you know, $2,000 a month for that total hands-off experience, which I feel like is pretty competitive.
Yeah, no, that's pretty fair for what I've seen that's out there. What about so that's all the management, all the content posting, responding, hashtagging, all that kind of stuff.
Lead generation.
Do you guys guarantee any certain level of growth? I mean, obviously, I'm sure that's tricky, but what can people expect off something like that?
For sure, it's like a guaranteed growth of at least 3,000 to 5,000 followers per month.
Oh, wow.
All in the U.S.
Wow.
And then plus some more because we're using the right hashtags, we're doing the engagement groups, we're helping the content hit the top posts, so more growth will come from that. But as we're growing your account, like everything is going to go up. Like your profile visits, your website clicks, opt-ins, like everything will increase. So, you know, I recommend it for people who want to at least get to 10,000 followers, because when you have 10,000 followers, you can do the story swipe up.
Swipe up.
Which then, this is a special feature that unlocks when you hit 10,000 followers, and then you can tell people to swipe up and drive them to a landing page or a website, and you know, have more potential for sales. Yeah, so 10,000 followers is a good benchmark.
I love it. So if I find an account, buy it, hire you guys, It sounds like I can buy an account for, let's call it $10,000 for a 100,000 person account, ballpark.
Yeah.
And then $2,000 a month for all outsourced management. That's $24K a year. I'm thinking for someone in real estate, that's really like 3 commission checks, 2 commission checks, depending on the market. 1 if you're in, if you're in a luxury market.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be pretty easy to make that pencil. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, and then you can use it, leverage it to connect with other podcast hosts, get on podcasts. You can connect with Forbes contributors, writers to get your story out there.
Yeah, it makes it easier to get press. It makes it easier to get newspapers,
book
TVs
deals.
to pay attention, all that kind of stuff. Just by.
So that's what I use it for. So I mean, especially if you want to become a local celebrity and eventually a worldwide celebrity, I mean, I recommend buying an Instagram account, getting that press, getting on podcasts, getting seen, known, heard all over the place. I mean, it's really going to help your business.
Do you guys help with that at all? Do you guys broker Instagram account sales?
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, because people want to buy from people that they like and they trust.
Yeah, exactly.
And, it's easy. It's like, okay, yeah, like, trust Zach, like, does a good job. He keeps his promises and commitments. Like, let's just do business with him, right? It's better than just like going through the hassle of cold emailing and DMing and doing business with a stranger. I mean, it does work. Like, we do it, but now we have our relationships, because we have been burned in the past where people just ran away for money. They hacked the accounts and with the software, and then boom, they're gone. Like, so it is scary. It is scary. It's like, anytime you're doing this stuff, it's like, you got to be careful for sure.
That's killer, man.
And that's why I don't recommend these sites that sell accounts anymore. Because when I did 3 years ago at an event that we both go to, it was just like, they were like, oh, I went to this site and but I never personally use it. I just reach out to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I check out those marketplace sites and it just seems scammy. Like, it just seems like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's better to go direct to the person.
So if I go direct to the person, I lock it up, we agree on terms, I can put it in an escrow account, that way everything is
safe
and
and secure.
Yeah, love that. All right, cool. And then what type of content are you seeing right now that's getting the best responses? Is it, look at me, I'm doing this, or is it, check out this thing, or is it?
Yeah, I think that like that like type of content, like the showing off type of content, that's kind of played out. Like what I see like trending now, and like what a lot of influencers and like people like Gary Vee or like what Russell Bronson's doing, they're using like more like animations and cartoons and making their content more interesting that way by creating their own comics. And so that's like what's working really well right now.
Interesting. Cool idea.
Yeah, it's just and I mean, we see it, right? It's like Facebook. You can have your own like Facebook avatar, and like even on the iPhone, like you can send your own emoji.
Your emoji cons.
So it's like it's shifting towards that, where it's more like fun, cartoonish like content.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, so that's a good tip. I'll see. That's easy to outsource too. Go on Upwork. You can find tons of that kind of stuff. Fiverr, get some cartoons made.
But also the other thing is like, and something that I feel like will never go out of trend is just being who you are, being vulnerable, being genuine, talking about times where like maybe you lost a big deal, or you overcame a sickness or an addiction, or you quit your 9-to-5 job and made that leap of faith to go for your dreams. I mean, being open and vulnerable and then tying that back into business, like people resonate with that, because then they're like, whoa, this person is being real. It's not like they're showing me everything, right? Not showing me just the cool stuff, but showing me who they really are.
It's a good distinction too. I think that being raw and the vulnerable and the authenticity always wins, and nobody wins all the time. So if you're just showing win, 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 it starts to get stale. You got to kind of show the other side too.
Yeah, exactly. Show the side that nobody ever sees, but show it because you want to show the real you.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. All right, so I want to shift into some fun stuff here because you're now using Instagram to travel all over the world.
Yeah.
And first of all, congratulations on that, because you're literally at like the Ritz-Carltons, the Montages, the Four Seasons, you know, all the most amazing hotels. How did you first discover that that was a thing?
So 3 years ago, I bought a course that was like an Instagram course, and then I met some people in there, and then I was like talking to this girl, and she was like, my friend, she just got sponsored by Air Asia. Like, I'm gonna put you guys in touch, and maybe you can learn how she does it. And you know, I just approached it the wrong way. I was like, hey, tell me, can you teach me your secrets? Like, I want to get sponsored by Air Asia and do what you do, right? And never got a reply. And so then I was like, okay, well, if I can do if she can do it, and I already did it with dance, and I taught in 50 countries and taught over 300 workshops just by cold outreach, then it's got to be the same thing. So I basically took my dance cold outreach emails, and in the emails I always like make an offer. It's like, hey, this is what I can do. I've done my research. This is what I like about your studio. This is what I like about your hotel. We want to showcase this particular experience to our followers. These are the dates that we're thinking. We know that it's kind of your off season, and this is all the stuff that we can do, right? And so instead of just offering them like one or two things, like a lot of these influencers do, we're like, hey, let's create an insane value stack of like 12 things that we can do that will actually make this hotel better, right? We'll give you content, we'll create you a video that you can use for your social media, we'll grow your Instagram account, we'll do some positive posts, we'll, you know, do all that stuff, right? And then it's like, okay, no brainer, like we're gonna take Zach and his team. And that's how I've gotten over 800 nights at some of these hotels, from $23,000 a night in the Maldives to like getting 125 nights at a hotel in Bali.
All for free.
All for free. And then I monetize that, right? And then I host events or hangouts. I'm like, come join me in the Maldives, or come join me in Bali, or I give some nights to my business partners or clients. So I'm giving like these gifts that they can use to create memories with the people that they love, which then is relationship capital. You know, builds a relationship. And
you have an email where you're making it all about them, which I like. Here's how I can help you. Here's what I can do. Here's how I can highlight your property. Here's how I can highlight your restaurant. Boom, 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 boom. And then you're just sending that to the main info at ritzcarltonhawaii.com or whatever it is. Following up, yeah. And then eventually they're saying, let's do it. We got some nights for you.
Exactly. Like, hey, we'd be like, you know, we just hooked you up, right? Like in Greece, right? 4 suites, 3 nights, the best hotel in Greece. So, you know, they just usually send over a simple agreement, just saying, hey, this is what you're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. You sign it, and then you're good. It's simple as that. It's really easy. But I do this with everything in life. Like, I mean, either you find something that somebody wants, and if you can do that, cool. But if you know somebody, even better, right? And then you connect them, and then you can, you know, ultimately get what you want. Whether it's to get on a stage with Tony Robbins, or speak at the Real Estate Wealth Expo, or like a big event. Like, by helping that person out, you can then get on stage or get on a podcast, or, you know, promote your products and services to their audiences by helping them get something that they need.
And then when they respond, are they usually giving you, because I keep hearing you say nights. Yeah. So if, let's say they said 10 nights, you could get 3 rooms for 3 nights then, right? Is that the same thing?
Kind of, but like, so I collaborate with like a few different hotels, like in the Maldives. I do like a tour, which is fine with them as long as they get their results they're cool with me collaborating with other hotels. And so then I do like a whole Maldives tour where it's like I got 3 nights here at one part of the island, right? It's a huge island. And then I have another one on the opposite end, totally different style of hotel, totally different market. And then I create like a 14-night mini tour. And then I have like, you know, I can travel with my friends, I can host events, I can say, hey, come hang out with us in the Maldives. You know, normally $10,000 a night, pay $10,000. We have this famous person coming, this speaker. It's going to be a hangout VIP event. We're going to do everything, right? For the fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, I was already thinking about going to the Maldives. I was looking at prices and it's, yeah, you're right. Like for food, drinks, everything, all inclusive, water villa, it's, you know, it could be like a $25,000 trip. So then you pay $10,000 and yeah, so that's the stuff I try to do for people and to.
And then what are the
like
deliverables on your end generally?
You know, it depends. Like it could be like maybe 3 videos. Like so I bring in like some of the top videographers like Jimmy, like my boy Jimmy Ho.
Shout out Jimmy.
Yeah, and some other people, and then we bring influencers and models, and we give them user-generated content. We give them videos. We give them like maybe 100 pictures. Instagram growth. Do a training for your company.
So it's like a mini package, like whatever the package is.
Yeah, and then I do that for the events, but then what I do with brands is I know that these brands in the, like let's say a fitness supplement company, they want like really good looking models in tropical places. They want that type of content. So I'm like, hey, why don't you guys pay for the flights, pay for the models, I'll cover the hotels, you pay me some money to do this, and I'll get you the most epic content ever. We'll get you exposure. They'll all tag you. They'll all post about you. And we're going to be at the dopest hotel in the Maldives, right? And so I save them a bunch of money, get them a bunch of epic content exposure. I help the models because they all want to travel for free and have fun. And get
great pictures.
And get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I help the hotel because then we have all these people coming.
Everyone's tagging it.
And so then it's like 3-way win, right?
Wow.
Everybody's winning, and then I build relationships with those people, get all of them as clients, right? Then it's like, okay.
That's brilliant.
You know, we have this, that could help you, and they hire us. So that's usually how I get these big hotels and e-commerce companies to hire us for stuff.
And that's how you can travel the world for free.
Yeah.
And stay at the finest hotels in the world.
Yeah, it's really crazy. You know, it's like, yeah, no longer pay for like $2,000 meals. Get that stuff for free.
Damn. And I like how you've kind of like set up all the pieces separately. Like, you tell the travel companies, oh, I'll cover the hotels, you cover everything else. And then the hotels, oh, I'll cover everything else, you cover the hotel nights. And then
because it's a win-win. I never want to make people feel like I'm just like trying to get as much as I can from them. I try to make it like a good win. Like
totally,
hey,
everybody wins.
Everybody puts a little skin in the game.
Yep.
Like let's do like a micro campaign for starters, and if it works out, let's talk about how we can make some really big moves. You know, because it's very hard for people to just like go for the platinum services right away. You got to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
Like they got to taste the Kool-Aid, the Bloody Marys, and then they're like, okay, it's.
As soon as you can show them some wins, then they'll keep going. 100%. So how big of an account do you need before you can start throwing your weight around like that?
I would say 100,000 follower account like yourself that you can post on and that you can use. And like let's talk about my friend who got me into dancing, who got me into Instagram. I organized his whole like flash mob marriage proposal in Thailand. I got 40 dancers, 6 videographers. We rented out a mall, and you know, we did it, right? We really did it. And then he proposed to his girl, and then, you know,
that's amazing.
It went super well.
I'm sure that video's on the internet somewhere.
That went viral. Yeah, it got like a few 100,000 views. And it was fun. And then so he was like, dude, Zach, like, I see you now, because he's like working with restaurants now and doing consulting and hospitality. But he was like, dude, I see you like staying at all these like epic spots. He's like, I got a honeymoon, like I got to buy an account. And so he actually bought an account, and then with that account, it only had 150,000 followers. He offered a hotel in the Maldives, 20 posts. He's like, I'll give you 20 posts for like 7 nights. And so it was a lot of posts, but they said yes. And so with his 150,000 follower account, he got a 7-night Maldives honeymoon trip for him and his wife. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. But
that really is amazing.
But the key is that once you buy an account, you network with other people that have bigger accounts than you. So then you make friends with the person who has a 1 million follower page, or a 3 million follower page, or a 5 million follower page. Maybe you teach them something, or you help them with their business somehow, right? You create that relationship, and then you can leverage those people's pages. So then it's when you're approaching a hotel, you can say, hey, I have a 10 million network, right? So maybe you own a couple pages, but then you're just listing in all of your friends.
Yeah, my partners and I.
Yeah, and then you all give each other special deals so you can all help each other out. So then it's like only like, okay, 5 million follower page. Hey, so we're friends, we're buddies. I'll charge you, a couple $100 for a post. Boom. 5 million followers. You approach somebody, you can do anything.
Yeah, it's really wild, man. And I think you just broke down another way to make it free, because the way your buddy did it is a 7-night stay in the Maldives for your honeymoon is probably going to be at least 10 grand.
Yeah.
So he took that 10 grand, bought an account, got the trip for free. So essentially, he paid for the trip, but he got the account for free, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And now he owns that account forever and can keep leveraging it for trips.
Keep doing it, keep growing it, keep monetizing it, and then use it to get whatever you want, whether it's like suits or like new equipment or new gear or nice restaurants or hotels. Like, there's a lot of things that you can use it for, and the cool thing is it really helps people. Like, it really helps the brands that you're working with.
I'm blown away. So you're getting all sorts of stuff for free, because obviously the travel stuff makes sense, but I didn't even think about like clothes and gear and this and that.
Yeah, you were with me like when I got this suit, this jacket for free in Bangkok, Jimmy. Custom suits, designer clothes, like shoes.
And you're just using the same strategy, jets. Cold outreach, here's what I can do for you.
Exotic cars.
Wow.
Private jets. I could pay for that, but why pay for it when you can get it for free and help somebody?
For sure. Save
that money and use it to invest with you guys. Yeah.
It's quite the hustle, man. I really, really, really love it. What about, what are some travel tips you can give me? Because obviously you're going all over the world now. Let me start with, before we get to that, what's the coolest place you've ever been of all these places you've now gone?
Coolest place? Man, I really love, we're talking about this. I love, Switzerland. I went skydiving in Switzerland for the first time. They opened up the door. I felt the cold mountain air, and then they shoved me out the door. It was scary, right? But that was really fun. Obviously the Maldives, Bacalar, Mexico, they have this place called the 7-Colored Lagoon. Huh. So it's like Fiji, it's like Bora Bora, but it's like Mexico prices.
Wow.
Yeah, so I love that. I love Africa, South Africa, Peter Maritzburg, going on the safari villas and trips.
Very cool, man.
But there's so many beautiful places. It's just, I feel like they need to keep exploring.
Well, that's the cool thing about what you're doing is that once you've set this up, the way you've set it up is there's literally no limits to where you can go or what you can do. Yeah. All for free or virtually free.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's cool because then you meet people. The people that are staying at these places, paying $5,000 a night, they're really interesting people.
Yeah.
And that's how I've also created some business deals, like flying on a private jet to Costa Rica, semi-private, boom, sit next to somebody, he has $100 million company.
Right.
He's like, dude, let's stay in touch. Let's do business together.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm at these places, staying at these places for free, just chilling at the bar, doing the resort activities, and meeting people and doing business deals.
Right.
Like, it's
and they're all relaxed. It's a different environment.
It's cool.
People you'd never normally have access to, but if they're just at the hotel bar, it's wide open.
Yeah. And it's like a new place, and people want to talk to people because, you know, they want to do their thing, but then they want to meet people too, usually.
It's like super advanced networking.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I mean, and that's why I feel like the need to travel is because I can meet more people, build up my brand more, and do business and all over the world, you know? Like,
I love it, man. It's really impressive what you've done, man. It's a really cool story. Yeah. Really appreciate everything. Last question I have for you is just, of all the things you've done and all of the, you know, the business that you've built up, what do you think is one thing that you wish you knew sooner that would have just taken you to a whole nother level?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, there's a lot of things. For real, I mean, I feel like I'm just like still like starting, you know? So much to learn, so much more growth to come. But, you know, the thing is that, I mean, life is all about people, right? And what I've learned is that, yeah, never burn bridges, like always like seek to understand and then be understood. Like, you know, if you have conflicts or you have things that aren't going your way, figure out a way to make it right. Do what you can do to make that person feel good, and find a creative way to stay in touch and help that person even when they've maybe like kind of gotten offended or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, continue to find ways to help them, mm-hmm. love them, make them feel respected, and just leave it at that. And so, yeah, you know, that's just one thing. That's just one thing. Just
I love that. And I love how many times you've brought up people, yeah. relationships, relationship capital, serving, helping. I feel like that's been a common theme throughout the last hour and whatever.
Yeah, because everybody likes to get their way, right? Everybody likes it like your way, right? Like, treated like a king, treated like royalty.
King built their business on it. Have it your way, baby.
That's right. But it's like, even if you can't get that, try to find a bigger, better way together, and you know, then I think you can reach bigger and greater heights, right? Because I think a lot of people, like, people come into your life, people come out of your life very fast. And if you cut people out quick because maybe they made a silly mistake or you got mad for some dumb reason, and then boom, it's like they're out, like, it's a wasted relationship, wasted time. You never know like what that could lead to. More business, more opportunities. So that's all I'm like focused on now. Yeah, like trying to keep doing that. Yeah.
Love it, man.
Yeah, man.
Great insight. Shoot. Great tips. Really appreciate you.
Dang, bro.
Cheers. Thank you again. Yeah. Really great stuff on Instagram and growth hacking and how to grow your business. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments down below. Give us a like, subscribe to the show, and we'll see you on the next one.